This clip was made possible by XYZ Game Labs. More about them after the clip. Hey, it's Chris from Charity Board Gamer, and welcome to How Does It Work Wednesday. Today we're going to be doing a brief overview over the game, The Rocketeer. Let's dive in. So in this game, what you're going to be doing is you're actually trying to play throughout kind of thematically to the movie. It's got a little bit of back and forth, area control style game. There was a little bit of fighting, a little bit of tussling, as we call it. And you're going to be going to all these different locations, and by the end of the round, after you've played your characters, you'll score for the different rewards. You'll basically gain the rewards in that area. So players will have a total of 7 cards throughout the game, and on their turn, they will pick one of their characters. Notice that there's different markers here to represent each character. So I need to play a card that matches the symbol of the player. So I've got all these wonderful cards here. I'm going to go ahead and I can play either this left side, which are actions, or this side, which is an ability. So, give you an example, I can play as many of these cards also, just so you're aware. It's not a, hey, I play one card and I'm done. It's actually play as many cards as you want that work with your character, and that's kind of a cool way of doing it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move over to here with Cliff. I'm going to discard Rocket Charge. So I moved over to here. I'm going to gain a Clout token. Clout can be used to spend, you can spend these to pay towards different abilities. And I'm also going to get a Grit token. Grit is health. Remember that, Grit is health. Also, Grit can be used to do extra damage on somebody. So I'll give you an example of what that means. So I'm over in this area now. I'm up against Lothar, who has 1 Grit currently. And let's say that my next card, I'm going to play this card. It's called Pack a Wallop. I'm going to pay my Clout token. Notice that there's a Clout symbol right here. I'm going to pay the Clout token to actually play that ability. And it says I'm going to deal at least 1 tussle, 1 hit. Okay? For each Grit discarded, increase this tussle strength by 2 instead of 1. Well, in this situation, I'm going to spend 2, which means that I now have a Grit of 5. In that situation, he would go ahead and go down, swing, because he doesn't have anything to defend. And then we would go ahead and he would get the damage dealt to him. And yeah, that's kind of how it would go. So basically Lothar would go down, and I then would go ahead, and he can't do anything for his first turn, but on his first turn he'll have to at least spend a card to pick him back up. It's a great way of getting your opponent to discard cards. It also helps you with kind of getting rid of people in that area control type of mechanics. You don't want anybody to be the majority unless it be yourself. It's kind of that way of going. So let's say then I want to do another action. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move 2. And with Cliff, he can move. Actually, I can't use this one. I'm going to move. Well, Cliff has a rocket. He can move as many spaces as his rocket allows him. So if I do one that's got a movement action, which it does, I can move as many spaces that matches that. So I can move up to 3 spaces right now because my rocket is currently at 3. So I decide, hey, I'm going to go over here. This is an area that currently has what's called the finale symbol. If, let's say, at the end of the round, I am currently the majority owner of this observatory area, I would get a finale card. Finale cards, just so you know, are points. So remember these words. Grit tokens, hit points or health points. Tussle, fighting. And then your finale are finale cards, which are translated into points. And that's what these little cards are here. Notice these cards would be then coming to you. So if at the end of the round, when we've played all of our characters, I would get this. Also, I don't know if you notice, but I have secret plans to the rocket. The bad guys are trying to get it. If you all remember in the movie, Neville Sinclair has been trying to get this rocket backpack from Howard Hughes, which I forgot that that the character who was in Lost played the one who played John Locke. I think that was his name, John Locke, played Howard Hughes in this film. So it's just kind of like, whoa, I remember that guy. So yeah, so they're trying to get the backpack. So when they knock one of the heroes over, let's say they knock over Cliff, Cliff then would have to reveal if he had the rocket pack. And guess what? He does. At the situation, when that happens, the bad guys then take the plans. And then they kind of hide them and kind of make them not known of where the one is. So it kind of goes back and forth. This also plays as a first player mechanic as well. Whoever holds the plans holds the first player. And then at the end of each round, if you have the plans, you also get to draw a finale card. So that's a benefit for keeping these in your hand, or I mean, not in your hand, but you know what I mean. But being able to keeping these from your opponent. So that's kind of how that goes with that. Other things, at the beginning of a round, you're going to be going through a current event card. If you see, it's got like this little current events, extra of Los Angeles. Remember, this is 1938 Los Angeles. So it says, shady business at Sinclair Mansion. There's little blimps up here in the top right, and what that means is that I'm going to actually move this forward too. Once I actually get to Los Angeles, which of course you remember in the movie, the soldiers, which in the movie they're Nazis, get to Los Angeles, and at that point, then it basically triggers the last round. And at the end of a round, we're going to score all of our finale cards. Whoever has the most points wins. Now, not all finale cards has like 3 points, 2 points. Some of them do. Some of them actually will have something like, whoever has the most clout tokens, you're going to get a point for every 2. Or, hey, whoever has the observatory, if you have the majority of the observatory, you'll get an additional 2 points. So these cards that you're drawing, the finale cards, are random, but they do have different values, and it might change the way that you play. So, I'll give you an example. My wife, she wanted clout tokens, and she also wanted to have this little reward here. This reward is called the +1 additional card reward. Basically, at the end of a round, if you are doing well enough and you have this token and you gain this token, then you get to draw 1 additional card back up to, instead of 7, you get to go back up to 8. And that's kind of what that's about. So, yeah, so basically it's a back and forth. 1 player at a time, as many cards as you want. When you're, of course, done with your turn, you flip over your token, next player plays, and then basically it's area control, trying to get the majority in certain locations, and then whoever has, of course, majority is going to get the rewards, and whoever has the most finale points at the end of a game wins. So, that, my friends, is the Rocketeer, Fate of the Future. Be on the lookout. We're actually giving away a copy of this thanks to the amazing people at Funko Games in Prospero Hall. And that is going to be on Thursday night for family game night on February 10th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to seeing you. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Talk to you all later. Bye.
Sunday. Monster Truck Weekend.
Actually, it's not really Monster Truck Weekend. It's actually Bigfoot Roll and Smash, coming from XYZ Game Labs, Summer 2022. It's even more fun than playing with my kids' toys.
Hey, thanks for watching our video.
If you like what you saw here, go ahead and hit that little like, subscribe, the little bell thingamabobber, you know the thing, and watch some of our videos. Maybe one that's maybe up here, or maybe down there, or over there, or down there. I don't know where they are, but thank you all. Remember, when we can gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. Bye.
Bye.